Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this sixth class in the Going Online topic. I hope you're enjoying English class so far and enjoying your new school life here at Gefion. Today we're going to talk about film analysis, and more specifically we're going to focus on how to analyze and look at documentary films. You get to do a bit of shooting yourself, and then we're going to watch and analyze a documentary film at how the camera works. And I'm going to take you through just 5 different types of shots and framings that we can look for when analyzing films. And these go for all films, both feature films and documentary films. So the first type of shot is the most common shot you'll meet in films, is what we refer to as a medium shot. You can see the character from the waist up, and it shows us something about who the character is. It is also used for action and interaction between characters, as you can see in the bottom picture here. The next type of shot is the long shot. The long shot can be used for different things. It can establish a setting, but also establish a relationship between characters. As you can see, for instance, in the top picture here, the Fellowship of the Ring, they stand together, but we can also sense in the setting that they're trapped up against this wall, because we get to see a wider picture of where and who they are. Finally, we have the close-up shot. The close-up shot is very important. You should always pay attention to this. It can both be used to tell something about the character's feelings, what the character is like, but it can also be used to focus on important things, certain objects, and so on, that we should pay attention to. Okay, so those were the 3 major types of framing, but we can also have a look at the camera angle. And the first one here is the high angle shot. And whenever we see someone shot from a high angle with the camera, we should get the sense that they are vulnerable or in danger, as we can see with James Bond here in the right top corner. We definitely get the sense that he is threatened by something outside of the picture. As well as with our 2 superheroes down here, something is coming for them. They look threatened or vulnerable. On the other hand, we have the low angle shot, which is meant to invoke power or control in people. We see here in the top left corner Peter Parker becoming Spider-Man, gaining his superpowers, as well as our right picture here. We definitely get the sense of a man in control or power. Okay, so that was a bit on shot types and framing in film. I want to say a few words on documentary films. Now, documentary films relate to feature films just in the same way as non-fiction texts relate to fictional texts. And you are familiar with how to look at those 2 different genres by now. So whereas we would look for themes or messages, do character analysis and so on, in a feature film, in a documentary, we will look for the purpose of the film. What is the sort of intent of the film? What is it trying to do with us? Are we supposed to gain knowledge? Is it to debate something? And so on. And of course, it relates to the real world, so to say, whereas fiction takes place in a made-up universe, if you will. So in front of us we see the document that you've looked at for today, and it has a lot of different things you could look at. Here in the top we see some of the different purposes of documentaries, and it also has this guide with useful questions you could ask when looking at the film. And you're going to use this in a bit when you're going to watch the documentary. So before you watch it, you might just want to run through it and familiarize yourselves with these questions so you know what to pay attention to. The next up, we have a sort of schematic overview of what you say, different features which we normally associate with either fiction or non-fiction. And what could be interesting to look at, especially when looking at documentary films, is when they actually borrow or steal some of the codes from fiction. That could be the way they use the camera or music, so on and so forth. Perhaps to portray certain things in a certain light, even though we would expect a documentary film to be neutral and tell us the truth, so to say. Okay, so that was a bit on how to look at films and analyze films. In a little while, you are going to make your own documentary films about Gefion. Perhaps you can use some of the knowledge you now have on shot types, for instance. And later on today, you are going to watch a short documentary called The Internet Warriors. And here you're going to use your handout on how to analyze documentary films. So enjoy class and have a great day.